Hello, dears. Hello, hello, hello. My goodness, it's like hello is such a greeting, but why does it start with Hell? Hell. Oh, why didn't they add an H? We could express ourselves. Hell, hell. Anyway, oh my goodness. Oh, hello. Oh, hell is a state of mind. And I don't think there are any of us here that don't understand what I'm talking about right now. Yeah, good times, bad times. You know what I love about bad times? That we have something that we can do about it. We can look more closely. We can look more closely rather than answers only from the outside. That's valuable. But to go inside for the answers, tapping into that wisdom that is immovable inside of you. I love that. Those of you new to the work, what we do together here in this community is we identify the cause of all of our fear, all of our suffering. We identify the cause of what we're thinking and believing. We move that from our head, the problem from our head to paper, and we question it. I'm so happy to see you dears today. But that's just enough about me. Tom, you have a question, honey?
Hi, Katie.
Hey, Tom.
I would have, if it's okay, two short questions. So the first one is, what do you mean? So I read a lot about in your book or in your books about that the work wasn't a writing process for you, but an wordless internal experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and for me, I give you an example of my life. For example, I'm sitting in the university and then I see myself going for a walk in the afternoon and how I'm feeling bad about my dog because he isn't doing what I want him to do or something like that. And I immediately, or then I don't have to write it down, but it's just a knowing that, okay, that's not reality. It's not here and now.
It's like you're aware of your life and what you're thinking, and you know the difference. That's conscious, being conscious. What I'm hearing from you is you knew the difference. You're awake, aware. It's ego's play, and then there is where you are.
But do I have to write it down, even if
No, I'm not hearing a reason to. I'm hearing you're just wide awake to the difference between what you're thinking and believing and where you are.
So
Now, when it becomes a problem is like you see the dog is out of order. In your imagination, the dog did something you didn't like, and maybe you raised your voice or pulled on the leash tugged a little too hard for your own comfort, something like that. And then that would be a judge your neighbor worksheet. If that's what showed up for you while you're sitting there in university in class.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And the second question was about uncertainty. Maybe that's why I ask a lot of questions here, because sometimes I have insights, but I don't trust my inner truth, and I look outside for a yes, or for a yes.
But why not? People are full of information, and when you ask us, we love that, especially if we know the answer. I have some advice for you. It's inclusive. You're in the world, and it's a beautiful world. And if we say, Tom, leave me alone, okay, then that could be a worksheet for you.
For example, I discussed with my mother about a political situation, and for me, it's what you are talking about and what Eckhart Tolle and so on are talking about, that it's more what I think about it than what is really going on. That
Well,
makes me angry.
It's only what you're thinking and believing about it that makes you angry.
Yes. And then
that's,
I'm like,
and that's all it's ever going to be, Tom. And test it for yourself. All of you don't believe me. Test it for yourself. I'm not into philosophy. I'm just into sharing my own experience, my own authentic experience.
And I agree with you personally. And then I discuss with my mother, and then I'm so uncertain that I'm like, okay, are you wrong with your insights that it's all in your, so that the...
Well, why don't you just try, listening, because you're there with her and she's speaking with an open mind. And what that looks like for me is when people are talking, something I don't agree with, I listen very closely because they could be right. So I haven't separated from them. There's no judgment. They are my teachers. They could be right. So the work leads me in this open mind with no enemies and no downside to life. If I lost all my money, everyone that ever cared about me, everything, no support of any kind, what is the problem other than what I'm thinking and believing? Mm-hmm. So that's what I've got going. It is the truth that sets me free. The truth that sets me free. What does that mean? I am free to ask. I am free to ask for food. I'm open if they say, get the hell away from me, you bum. Okay, it just shows me that's not where I'm to get the food. It's the next one. In the meantime, I'm just doing what I'm here to do. I'm serving others that are fear-based by maybe just a smile or, it's a hello. That just sounds like, so like nothing. It's a very big deal. It's a very big deal in my world. It's what it's like to live freely and to give what I do have. And that's not something anyone can take from me. That's not something I can lose. But the ego can override it and fill me with fear. But I have this work and then I'm back on the path, loving what is until I don't. And that's a worksheet.
Sometimes I want others to agree with me, to be sure about my life and how I see it. And it feels like asking questions isn't about curiosity for me, but about being afraid of doing something wrong.
Yeah. So, Stephen, my husband, he doesn't agree with me on occasion, and I listen, and sometimes I hear some wisdom and my mind shifts, and I'm really grateful. Other times he says something and it doesn't, it just doesn't shift my mind at all, and I go with that. And he doesn't have to agree with me. He doesn't have to live with me. He doesn't have to speak to me. I mean, I'm okay within myself, and I'm not into war. And I'm free to come and go in this world. And we're all free to come and go. It's what we're thinking and believing is that if I do this, or, if I do this, the way maybe whatever you were hearing from your parents in that situation, just keep your mind open, could be right, and then continue to travel your own path, but you're carrying that plus an open mind to the wisdom of your parents. And for them, it is wisdom. And who knows, it could be yours as well. But a closed mind is a limited mind. And an open mind doesn't mean I have to change it. It's not going to cost me anything. It could give me a better life.
Yeah, I'm very defensive.
Yeah.
With
And you know what I say about that? Defense is the first act of war. War with self, war with the parents, war with the dog.
yes, of course. Thank you, Katie.
Okay. Corinne, you have a question, honey?
Yes. Yesterday was my first time with you, which was absolutely lovely.
Oh,
And-
good. I'm glad to hear that.
And it gave me a new tool in my toolbox.
All right.
So I'm down later on talking to my neighbor who's having a situation. And I'm realizing how fast the ego goes. Because I'm walking down with a freaking toolbox. Because I've got a new toolbox. And she's giving me a problem. And really all she wanted was ears. She didn't want mouth. And wisely enough, the words worthy inquiry came into my head. Because I was feeling so empowered by yesterday that I was going to be like Oprah with worksheets. You get a worksheet, you get a worksheet, you get it, like, you know. And so
like dropping a worksheet bomb on all your friends, family, and neighbors.
right. It just amazed me at how fast the ego came in to essentially protect itself.
Yeah.
Saying, okay, you're doing stuff that's getting, I'm not in the spotlight anymore. What could we possibly be doing with this new information? Except for, let's give everybody the information.
Wow.
And
Okay.
so I was really proud of myself for catching that.
Good.
And putting myself back into the listening mode. But my question is worthy inquiry how this is best used?
You know, what I heard from you was just it was my experience. Well, here's my word, just exquisite. You came back to yourself, and that's what the work is for. And how do you spread the work? Oh boy, those turnarounds.
It's live it, right? And then someone says, hey, what's changed about you? Then that is the permission for the door to open and say, this is what worked for me. You may choose to pick it up or not.
Honey, boy.
That it?
That's it.
Do I have that right?
In my world, yes.
Perfect.
Yeah. Oh, it's like that will give you, I just have to land in the yes. Anything I would say would take away from all the words you've just spoken. That's it.
Gosh, I'm going to get emotional because nothing can harm me anymore. If I choose to stay in this path, because the present can't harm me. I may have a decision to make, but that decision is in my control. And I have lived so long in the past and in the future. Gosh, this is delightful because I don't have to control what's going to happen in the future. I think it's Joseph Campbell's bliss. Because it's not that everything is perfect. It's that I can perfectly navigate it to the best of my ability in the present. And I'm grateful. Thank you very much.
Oh, honey. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, you guys, I'm out of here. She's sitting in my chair. Oh boy, something beautiful, something beautiful. Oh, Smadar, honey, you have, well, first, David, do you have, Smadar, I'll come back to you, honey, for a worksheet. But David, you have a question?
No, I had a belief statement that's really causing some big anxiety. So
And what is the statement?
I'm living abroad from the United States, and it's been a challenge to be here. And I feel like I'm never going to fit in here. And I'm in this anxious state of trying to decide, do I stay? Do I go? But the real,
And you're not in the United States, you're in another country,
I am, yeah.
and you're wondering, should I stay? Should I go?
Right, because the question I come down to is because I kind of just worked my way through a sheet is, the statement is, I'm never going to find home here.
Okay.
And it just making me anxious.
Okay, so notice how familiar that is. I'm never going to be at home here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm never going to find home here, be at home here. And notice how old that is in your life, wherever you're living. I'm not at home here, I'm not at home there. Well, they said that, I'm not at home, and I'm going to straighten them out, and then I'll be at home. I mean, it's a different kind of at home, but at home is where we are. That is, I'm sitting in this house talking to you, but this house is not my safety.
Right.
What I'm thinking and believing is awareness for me. Awareness is the only safety. So it's not about a country or a town. It's
exactly.
It's something, David, no one can ever take from you. You can be home under the most horrific circumstances, because freedom is a state of mind, and in that state of mind, it's like this life where you can do what you can to support yourself and others. That's a fearless state of mind. That's the privilege of freedom.
Yeah. So what I've heard a statement somewhere that I've been doing a lot of reading recently is that I want to fix the outside world so that I feel good inside. And I know that it's the opposite. And I started reading your book yesterday, and you talk about alarm bells, like you have a thought and then you get the terrible feeling and it's an alarm bell. And I find myself just walking around here, and everything I see, this building, that person, all these things are alarm bells, and my body is just like on fire.
You might make a list of if the things, list of the fears you hold if you don't come back to the States, and a list of what you fear if you stay. So that way you have, wherever you are, one place or the other covered. So you make a list and you take everything on the list, one belief at a time, to the one belief at a time worksheet.
Okay.
And then you can hit, you may hit one or two of those that you go, ooh, that's a 1 through 6 worksheet. Yeah. And honey, the fears you have if you don't come back to the States, the fears you have if you do come back to the States.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, sweetie. Well, that's our work.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. Spadar, honey, worksheet.
Yes. Thank you. Okay.
So,
Hi, Katie.
so what is the situation and what did you write on number 1? Those of you new to the work, number 1 is 1 of 6 questions on what I call the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. And so number 1, what is the situation?
The situation is I have a daughter, adopted daughter, and she left me. She just preferred to live with her father, my ex-husband.
Mhm.
She's 13 and teenager. And I wrote in number 1, I'm sad because my daughter left me. She doesn't care about me. I'm not so important for her. She's a distance from me.
Okay. So she left you. What is the situation where, even though it's happened over and over and over and over again, maybe find
Yes.
one situation where you're really emotional, for example, and you're thinking the thought, she left me. So what is that situation?
I saw her this morning. My ex-husband asked me to take her to school, and I came to the car. She waited for me, and she just like, I saw her like, don't be close to me, like, and then all the way to the school, she just talked about what she's going to do in the exam, but she didn't want to talk to me about life.
Yeah.
I felt like a big distance between me and her.
And she wanted to talk to you about what? Her exam?
Yes, in English exam, yes, but
Yeah.
not about like, and I felt like she doesn't want to be close to me, like intimacy, like talking to me with about life or me and her.
So she left you. You're in the car, you're driving her to school. And
Yes.
everything you just described is going on. Okay. She left you. Be there now.
Mhm.
She left you. Is it true?
No, she's in the car.
And she had other options. She could have disobeyed her father. She could have missed that day of school. She had options.
Go by bus.
Yeah, go by bus. She left you. Anchor in that car with your daughter in that situation and notice, how do you react? What happens when you think the thought, she left me, and all that other stuff that was in your head? And she's talking about her exam. She's sharing with her mother, school, her exam coming up. She left you. Is it true?
No.
No. Now notice when you're believing the thought, she left me, notice how you react. What happens when you think that thought, she left me, and you're attached to it, you're believing it. Notice those images of past and future.
I remember the day she told me she's not coming back. I look at her and I feel like I lost her. I don't know who she is. Like she's close to me, but so far away from me.
Yeah, but notice what you say, what you do, your attitude, on your speech. When you're in that situation you just described to us, you're in that situation in your head, and she's telling you about her exam.
I try to judge her. She smells not good. She looks not like, and I shut my mouth. I didn't say nothing, but I judge her in my head. Yes. Like she's not
And
doing what I thought. Sorry.
and how does that show up?
I'm very silent. I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah, and your ego's saying, I don't want to, things like I don't want to upset her, I don't want to say anything that'll turn her more against me. I don't want to.
Yeah.
So your ego's just running.
Yeah. Yes, the ego tell me don't say nothing because she'll hate you.
Yeah, she'll hate you. She'll never want to be with you.
Never want to come back.
Yeah.
She's already doesn't want to be with you because you are a bad mother.
Yeah.
So
While
now-
she's sitting in your car telling her mother how worried she is about her exam.
Yes.
Okay, so be there now. Your eyes are more open. We're looking at the difference in what you're thinking and believing and reality.
Yes.
Okay. She left you. Now listen to her without the thought, she left me. Listen to her words. You were hearing them even though your ego was attempting to override everything in your criticisms of how she's dressed, how she looks, and anchored in the thought she left me. Drop all of that and listen to her. Who are you without the thought, she left me? Really get in touch with her words. She was saying them, and no matter what planet you were on, you were hearing them at some level.
I look at her in my head now, and she look so pretty, so kind. She trying to show me what she knows in English, like what she's going to write, and I see the beautiful girl.
She's daughtering you.
Yes. She's so cute. She tried to show me how much she's good. She's doing her best to be the best daughter, even she's not close to in my house. So yes.
Yeah, there you are. There she is.
I can breathe.
There's your baby girl. There she is. She left me, turned around. I left her.
Yes, I left her.
From the time she got in the car to the time you dropped her off.
Why she didn't give me hug? I left her.
Yeah.
Why she didn't put deodorant? Why she's like that?
Do you understand now why she wouldn't give you a hug?
Why?
Yeah, look at how you react and where your head was, and when she was sharing.
Yeah. Yes, she know. Yeah, I judge her in my head all the time.
And it shows. Get really still. It shows.
She saw this. She felt it.
And look at your attitude. There are breadcrumbs there of she knows you.
Yes, she knows me.
She could be sitting there, as usual. She doesn't really like what I'm wearing. She really always had to be, mom this, mom that. And mom's not really listening. I'm trying, she doesn't really care about my exam. The words are there, but she's just saying that.
I want her to be different. I don't accept her the way she is in front of me.
And
I
there
cannot see her.
she is with her dad, and she gets to wear the clothes she wants to wear. And she can always go to you with school problems, and she wants you to be proud of her. Look how what she's learning around English. I mean, but that's not where you're at. She left me, turned around, I left her.
I left her. The moment I judge her, the moment I criticize her in my head.
Because
Moment.
there is your daughter, and there is who you want her to be.
Yes.
There is your daughter, and then there's who you believe her to be. You
Yes.
haven't caught up with her yet in that situation. You
And
haven't been caught up with yourself.
yes. I want her to be different. I don't accept her the way she is.
Do the two of you text?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay. So even if she never responds again, you can go, oh, honey, I want to hear about the trouble you had with the exam again, because I wasn't really focused enough to listen. And I am so proud of you. You know, the what you're doing around your English. That's magical. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. Those things are really so. and you know, I'm just starting to appreciate, you know, how all over again how dear you are to me in my world. And I love you. And just short texts,
Yes.
not big, long, just I'm so proud of you. And I hope you did well on your exam today. I'm assuming it was an exam. On your exam today, I can see you were really worried about it. And I love you. And hello, and I send, yeah. I was going to say, and I send, and tell your dad, I really love the way he's taken care of you. But I wouldn't say that if I didn't really mean it.
I mean it, yes. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. That way you're getting your family back. Her mother, her father, it doesn't matter whose home she's living in.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, because she's calling her mom to take her to school. And sharing her life with you. That may be more than her dad is getting. You don't know.
Yes. I feel it, yes.
It's important. Let's look at 2.
Number 2.
Honey, look at, you are someone that really, you know, you know stuff, and you're beautiful. And I mean, you're wearing ear, I mean, you got the style going, and and it looks like some kind of authority. You know, there's her that left you and is hurting you,
Yes.
like she's the one hurting you,
Yes.
as opposed to what you're thinking and believing. And then, you know, she gets that. And then she looks at you, and then she looks at herself, and what chances she got? You know, love is the equalizer. And you've got that going. It's just that, you know, the way we were raised, you know, we think we turned out okay, so we put so much of that on our own children. So you need to adopt her all over again. Okay, let's look at 2. In that situation, in the car, what do you want? What do you want her to think, say, feel, or do?
I want her to like me. I want her to be close to me. I want her to love me. I want her to accept me the way I am.
Okay, my heart, let's turn that one around. In the interest of time, I want me to like her.
I
So
want,
be there in the car. I want me to like her. So say it and then look, listen and look at her. Listen to her words and look at
I want me to like her.
her. Mhm.
I want me to like the way she is
Well,
and
let's slow it down. I want me to like her.
I want me to like her.
Now tell me what it is. Tell me so you can hear it. What is it you like about her now that you're a little clearer? You can see.
I like the way she smiles.
Mm.
I like the way she trying to show me how much she's good in English and she's going to be very good in the exam and she's so happy with herself.
Wow. See, that is something beautiful.
I want me to like her. The way she dressed. She dressed the sweater of her father.
Oh my. Yeah.
So I want me to like her like that, the way she's. I can breathe. Yes.
In that situation, I want her to be close to me. You feel how close you just got?
Yes. I want her to be close to me. I want me to be close to her.
Yeah, and I want her to be close to me, turned around. Okay, let's find it. I want her to be close to me. She's sitting in the same car with you. No one
Yes.
else is there. And she's telling you about how happy she is in the exam. And
So she's already close to me,
yeah,
but I couldn't see it
well,
because
see, that's the ego. It is, it blinds us to love because love and ego don't match. You know, it can't, ego is terrified of one thing, and that is not to lose identity to the body it appears to be. That is the ego's, this physical body is the ego's I am.
yeah,
So I want her to be close to me. I want me to be close to her.
I want me to be close to her.
Yeah. So listen to her words, look at her. Without your agenda rolling, just be close to her, not the her you want her to be, not your imaginary her. Be close to her.
Close to her.
I want her to love me. Stay there with your eyes closed. I want me to love her.
I want me to love her.
And I want me to love me.
I want me to love me.
Yeah. And with that list you held on her, your agenda of where she's falling short, you know, that's the distance. That's the distance. You can't love you and you can't love her the way she is.
Yeah.
It's like we've got a better her and you've got a better her in your mind's eye, but that's not her. That's the ego's going.
Please reflect myself. So I look at her and she's show me who I am.
Yeah.
Mm,
You're someone that loves her.
okay.
Yeah. And the ego would allow, I'll love her when she's this and she's this and she's that and she dun, 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 dun.
She didn't give me hugs. She didn't put deodorant. She didn't look the way I teach her to look.
Sometimes our children, you know, through this work, you'll begin to sense anything you say or do that turns them off. You'll catch it before they do.
Mm.
And eventually it stops. And we have who we are without our story relationship with our children. And then it seems to flow over the whole human race for us. If we can do it with one, we can do it with all. And she's your teacher.
She's my teacher. Yes.
I want her to accept me the way I am.
I want me to accept her the way she is. The way, the hair, the clothes, the smell, the way she talk.
You know, from where I sit, I've got a little sanity running in me. And from where I sit, well, I'll just pose it to you like a question. Would you rather her just shine in her education and continue the path she's on? That's what's important to her. Would you rather that, or for her to live up to your wants and needs and shoulds?
I want her to be herself, the way she. I prefer.
Yeah, whether she even likes you or not. She
Yes.
has the right to be just sitting next to you. Look how you look how she looks. And then you have higher standards for her, but those may not be her standards.
Yes.
She could be, you know, like, I have so little information, but she's into school. She's into learning.
Yes. She's a very good student.
Oh,
She's very pretty.
oh.
She's
Boy, it's a good thing she doesn't listen to you.
Yes, she doesn't listen. And
Look at her, boy, in the face of you trying to give your daughter what you think she needs. And in the face of all of that, her path, she's on a roll.
yes, she's doing the different.
And her dad just lets her roll. Want to wear that? Good.
You give her space, a very big space. And she loves this.
Mm-hmm. Wow, look at the difference. Look at the two different homes.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like you can just love him for giving her that home where she can stretch and be herself. I mean, when you look at the two homes with you or with him, what would you prefer as a mother who loves her daughter?
His house, not my house.
I just love that for you, for him, and for her. That's what makes up a family. That's unconditional love.
Yes, I love both of them.
Yeah. They're the great teachers.
Yes. But I blame myself that I'm not good enough like him. I compare myself to him, why I cannot be like him, like giving a space, why I'm
Because you want to change the way she dresses. You want to change the topics of conversation. You know, hers is not that, you know, big a deal. And as far as what I want her to love me. You know, that assumes she doesn't.
I depend on her, yes.
Yeah.
I want her to love me, yes.
Yeah, and you want her to like you too, but I think you're getting a picture of her mother. No matter how much you love her and want the best for her, this is your daughter.
Yeah.
She has her own wants, needs, and shoulds. And she's got the freedom to live those out, and it looks like education.
Yeah.
And I mean, how mature is someone that can just wear their dad's clothes from the top up into school, take an exam? I mean, this little pumpkin's got something going. And I think, I'm just guessing, she gets about 80% of that from you. You're on fire. You're hard to live up to, but she's, you're in her. Let's look at 3.
Number 3.
She's got enough of you in her. You don't need to advertise anymore.
I give her tools to live she's living the way I teach her, and now I need to understand, sorry.
Yeah, because she wants to take what she's learned from you and go on with her own. A nice blend for her. It's her life.
I'm happy.
And the way you're looking at it now, what you're waking up to is someone that she can trust and really talk to, and not just about her exams.
Yeah.
That she can talk to you without you trying to change her
Yes.
or leave her feeling less than because she's not living up to your standards, even though your motives are kind and giving and caring. That's conditional love, big time.
But I want to love her, unconditional love. I'm trying. I'm doing the work a lot.
Yeah, well, it really shows. It really shows what the words I'm saying and how open you are to them as we sit together. It's beautiful beyond words that I can say other than it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. So
Yes.
to get what you want in that situation where what advice would you offer her when you're thinking the thought, she left me?
She should be kind to me. She should forgive me. She shouldn't be hard on me. This is not easy.
Okay, now those of you, if you've really done your work thoroughly, just as you're listening, let's do these turnarounds. She should be kind to you. Is it true? Be there in the car. Hear your words. Look at your body language, your attitude. And as you take in what she's saying, what she wants her mother to know about her life and school, her exam, she should be kind to me. Turned around, she should not be.
She should not be kind to me because she's already kind to me.
So just feel that. She should be kind to me. I should be kind to her.
I should be kind to her. I should be stopping judging her.
And that's difficult to do, but look at your attitude and what you say and do. That you have, you have a few choices. I should be kind to her.
Kind to her.
So
I tried to be kind to her when I didn't say about the why you didn't put deodorant? It was like, don't say nothing.
There it is. That's where the first place I went, and it's what I held. I should be kind to her and listen,
Yes.
really listen, really listen to your amazing daughter.
Yeah. I was with the ego, not there. I was with judgment.
So do it now. Live the turnaround. I should be kind to her.
I should be kind to her.
And just listen. That's a great kindness. Just listen without your story running.
Silent. Yes.
You want intimacy with your daughter? She's given it to you.
Mhm.
So just stay there. I want her to forgive me. I want me to forgive me
I want me to forgive me
in that situation.
in that situation.
And if we turn it around to, I want me to forgive her.
I want me to forgive her.
Yeah, she's telling you what's important in her life. And she's showing through her clothes and everything. She's, I want me to forgive her.
I want me to forgive her, to accept her the way she is.
There it is. That's forgiveness. Forgiveness, to me, is seeing that what I thought happened didn't happen. Everything I'm believing about her, we're looking at something beautiful through open eyes.
Yeah. I want me to forgive her that I didn't listen to her.
Yeah.
I was in a different daughter in my head with
Those of you new to the work, when you're doing this work, you take time out, just the way Smadar is doing. You take time out in these turnarounds. It's a meditative experience. I want me to forgive her. Look at how Smadar is just sitting in the car, just in the car, listening to her daughter, looking at her daughter. I want me to forgive me.
want me to forgive me.
Now look at you in that car. You're trying to change her, and it's showing up, even though you may not be saying it's showing up in your attitude and everything. She knows you, you know you. I want me to forgive her. Look what she's up against. There's no way to control you in that situation and in your relationship.
Can I say something about forgive me?
Mm-hmm.
About forgiving me, that I did my best in all the 13 years with her. That's
You did.
the best that we could do.
Yes. And you did the best that you could do in the car. When you
Yeah.
consider what you were thinking and believing, that's what in this world is what we think a good mother, a good responsible mother would be.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Oh boy, this work showed me differently, or my daughter wouldn't be speaking to me. And I'd be so hurt and wounded because I wouldn't know how to look to myself the way you were able to do.
Yes.
Boy, our kids are smart. They know us. They're not One little slip and they got us. And that gives us another worksheet.
Yes.
Teachers all, she shouldn't be hard on you. Is it true?
No, she wasn't hard.
Yeah. And if she were ever hard on you, she shouldn't be hard on you. Is it true? Look at the mother in the car. I mean, you're saying all the right things, you think, but she knows what you think of her clothes. She knows what.
When I realize she shouldn't be hard to me, she should be hard to me. She can say, "Go away. I don't want to be with you now. Don't stay close to me. Don't give me a hug and kiss." So she's honest.
Yeah. And, you can just follow the simple direction. She needs space.
Yes, she needs
Just
space.
follow the simple direction. She's your teacher.
She's my teacher.
Give her space. What does it take for us to get that? A little self-awareness and love.
Love. Yeah. Respect.
It says, Mom, you make me feel like hell, which doesn't sound like her. But Mom, you make me feel like hell. You say, I get it. I get it. And any time I say or do anything that would leave that impression, I want you to just, just let me know. No matter how you think it would hurt me, just let me know, because I love you with all my heart and I need your help as to how that looks. And I find I'm no matter what I say and do, it doesn't stop me from loving you.
Yes.
And she shouldn't be so hard on me. She should be.
She should be hard on me.
Yeah, because you're not someone you're that mother in the car.
Yes.
And so you're that mother that she's lived with all her life.
Yes.
Yeah. She should be hard on me. And also she should be hard on me because she's here to wake me up. She's my teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, you adopted the right one.
Yes. Yes, I know. She's my teacher.
Yeah.
She's here to wake me up. Can I say something, Katie?
Yes.
I was in Hohai with you, and I did a work about bat mitzvah. You remember me?
About the
Bat mitzvah.
oh yes, honey.
He's
Yes.
the one.
Yes. Oh, there you are. Boy, you are in your work.
And I show you the picture of her. Yes.
Yeah, honey.
So
Ah,
this is my
let's look at 4.
4. Okay. I need her to hug me.
To be happy, what do
To
you
be
need?
happy, I need her to hug me. I need her to be happy for me. I need her again to forgive me. I wrote it twice.
Okay. So you need her to hug you. Look at that mother in the car. You need her to hug you.
No. No.
Now notice how you react when you think the thought, I need her to hug me.
I felt hurt. I felt hurt because when I came to the car, she was really distant. Like, don't be close to me.
Yeah.
And I felt hurt. Yes.
You notice those images in your head when you think the thought, I need her to hug me, and you see in your mind's eye what you just shared with us. Okay, so keep your eyes closed and live this turnaround to be happy in that situation. Do now what you couldn't do then. To be happy, I need me to hug me.
I need me to hug me.
So now see her, she's out of the car, she's walking away. Just be there. I need me to hug me and be there for you. It's not her job to be there for you. Be there for you. And keep your eyes closed to be happy.
To be happy.
I need her to be happy for me, turned around to be happy. I need me to be happy for her.
Yes. To be happy, I need me to be happy. I need me to be happy for her. This is the right one.
So live that turnaround now.
I'm happy that you are living with your father. I'm
Yeah.
happy that you have a space with your father. I'm happy that you are a very, very good student and you are doing whatever you want. And you live your life the way you want to live your life without nobody disturb you.
Yeah, you can give her that even if you never shared those things with her, you can give her that. And for me to be happy, I don't need her to be happy for me.
For me to be happy, I don't need her to be happy for me. Even if
Not that mother in the car.
no.
And that's that mother in the car is the mother she knows. The one you're meeting now.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not who you are. We're meeting her real mother.
Yes.
Meaning the one not trying to change her. For me to be happy, I need her to forgive me, turned around for me to be happy.
I need me to forgive her.
For the clothes she wears, for the things that you really value in your life, to appreciate the things that she values in her life. You're beautiful. She's taking that on. She's not missing anything.
Mhm.
She could be a bit rebellious, but I'm not hearing that she was at all. She's really sharing with you.
She's amazing.
Yeah, so's her mother. For me, to be happy, I need me to forgive her no matter what she wears, no matter what she says, to me. I've earned that mother in the car is what she's known all her life up to now.
Yes.
Yeah.
She say that my food is bad and and she doesn't want me to be close and I want
Honey, those are things you can give her. She shouldn't have to be there to eat your food. She doesn't have to wear the clothes. What else does she say?
she can be all day on the phone.
Oh, she can be all day on the phone.
Drive me crazy.
Yeah, well, it doesn't that drive her dad crazy that I've heard.
No. No.
So she's on the path. And she shouldn't be so much. She's like all day long on the phone. Is it true?
No.
No. She shouldn't be using her phone all day long, turned around. I shouldn't be.
All day on the phone.
Yeah.
On the screen of judging her and
Yes.
trying to change her.
There it is. There it is. You're online with she should that and she shouldn't that. And for me to be happy, she needs to.
Wow. I wish to live this life. I want to be like that.
Well, living the turnarounds is something that came out of you, not me, not a teacher. There's something that came out of you, and it shows you how to live your best life and be the best mother without caving in. It doesn't have to cost you your own values. You just don't have to inflict them on your daughter. She is studying. She is dressing the way that it suits her on that day, maybe the rest of her life. But, it's her life. And the way you dress is something for her to live up to. It's not as though she doesn't have an example of how to hop into the way you live. When we look at dress, it shows her how to hop in that if it's ever a necessity for her, or she ever just wants to. She's got an example. She's got this beautiful, elegant mother. And, we don't have to tell them, do this or do that in a situation like that, because she's not blind and deaf.
So in this age, I need to be just a model for her, not saying nothing.
Well,
She
you
can-
can say a lot. You can say a lot, by the way that you live, and just listen, and you can share what you appreciate about it, what she said, and like my daughter, my children, my sons, my grandchildren, they're my teachers.
Yeah.
And I'm in my 80s. They're my teachers. They're my teachers. They're still showing me how to live. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a student. Boy, I am a student. And I think a lot of us with you today could say that. And you're not even trying to be a teacher. But we're seeing ourselves. I'm seeing myself as we sit through this work. Every time I do the work with any of you in this community, that's what's going on in me. You're my teachers. Now be in the car. She's getting into the car. You're in the car. She's getting out of the car. I need her to hug me, to be happy, turned around. I don't need her.
I don't need her to hug me to be happy.
Okay.
For me to be happy, I don't need her to hug me.
Yeah. Now that'll take some quiet time on the other side of our time together, watching her get in and like she's not going in for the hug, at all. But I need me to hug me. Now her attitude and getting out of the car, look at her attitude. I need me to hug me.
I need me to hug me.
Yeah. And I need her to hug me only when I'm pretty sure she's open to it, and that could be a while.
Only if she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just need
Just loving her is the hug that you need, and that transfers to shift her without asking. It's just you waking up to yourself. It's medicine. To be happy, I need me to forgive me, because as far as I can see, there's not one thing to forgive her for.
No, she didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
I need me to forgive me. Yes, that I blame myself, that I was a bad mother.
Yeah, and anything you said and did that we've seen so far that would leave her feeling inadequate.
Yes, that I didn't listen to her.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sweetie, let's look at 5.
5. She is distant, tough, not available.
Okay. She was
Yes.
distant. Is it true?
No.
No, she was close and forthcoming.
He was talking to me and open to tell me about her exam.
Hmm?
He was very close.
Hmm? She was tough, turned around.
He was soft.
So be there now. Examples. She was soft.
Soft.
She was vulnerable.
She was vulnerable. You read something and repeat again and again and was happy that you remember what she said and laugh and
Mm.
open
Mm.
and sharing with me what she's going to write in the exam.
Wow, she was really vulnerable.
Yeah.
Oh, and that just says so much for you that she could share like that with you.
Yes.
She was not available. Turn around, she was available.
She was available. She came to the car. She waited for me. She gave me a hug at the end.
Oh, oh my God.
Yes. But
Oh,
I just say, you want to give me a hug? And she gave me.
oh, honey.
Yes.
Oh, she may have moved her body into her father's house, but she hasn't moved herself away from her mommy.
No.
No, just distance so she can not live up to any expectations you may have. You know, these our children find their way. Our job is to love them.
Mhm.
Boy, oh boy, whoa, boy, if I lived that one out. Oh my God. Mm, 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 mm. So, in that situation, she was distant. She was forthcoming, tough. We've done that one, not a bit. In that situation, I was distant.
I was distant.
Yeah, you had the daughter you wanted her to be, and then there was your daughter. You were worlds apart.
I was distant the way I judge her in my head.
Yeah, yeah. And we can't know. It doesn't sound like she was distant, but we can't know another person's mind. But what we can see is you were distant. There was your daughter and then the one you wanted her to be. So that's distant.
Mhm.
I was tough.
I was tough. I was fighting with the ego, telling me, don't say nothing about the smell, about the shirt, don't say, don't shut. She will not come anymore.
Yeah. And you see the way to when you sit in this, you may find that to appreciate not it's like not to judge it still says it's wrong of her. It's not okay for her, your daughter.
Okay.
And that's very different than like to be grateful. I mean, to be in touch. That's her way now. She's young.
Mhm.
Yeah. Not available, turned around.
I was not available for her.
Yeah, in your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, my mind. I couldn't listen to her.
Yeah.
I wasn't present for her.
There's the daughter you want her to be in your head, and then there's your daughter, and then the ego's thing is to compare. That's how it stays alive.
Mhm.
I mean, that's its trick. If you didn't compare, if you had never ever seen or heard of how to dress and how to be and all of that, it's not a great example, but let's just play with it. And then you looked at her, you would see, there's nothing to compare it with. And there she is, all dressed, ready to go to school.
Mhm.
She was not available. I was not available. I was comparing her with the images in my head.
Yeah.
And she sounds very available. She with what you have shared with us that she was sharing with you.
Yeah. She
But
was
not so available for hugs, even though she did.
Yes.
Yeah.
She gave me a hug.
So
Yeah.
her mind may be saying, oh, mom doesn't approve of what I'm wearing. Mom doesn't, da, 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 idea. But we're getting a good idea of what she may be holding in her head of your identity in her head. Let's look at 6. In that
Oh,
situation, what is it you never want to experience again?
I never want to experience feeling rejected by the one that I love.
I'm willing to.
I'm willing to feel rejected by the one that I love.
I look forward to.
I look forward to be rejected by the one that I love.
Yeah, and that's your girl, that's your baby. Her job is to reject you left, right, and front and center until you love her unconditionally. And that is just to say to catch up with who and what you already are. But the
Yeah.
ego is going to do everything it can to shift you. Oh, honey,
This is my work.
this is such good work. It's such good work.
Thank
Honey,
you.
let's get some takeaway. This has just been, oh boy, I have really been on a roller coaster. I always am with you. You guys, you show up with your worksheets and it just, oh, it could be the same for all of you, but I haven't met one of your worksheets that I cannot relate to in my own way. And, we have been there, done that in our own way. And it's more than familiar. Your work is my work. Oh, Minky, honey, your takeaway.
Hi, Katie.
Hi.
I just found this. I was just crying the entire worksheet. I've got like tissues. Oh my, it's just so special.
Yeah.
And I could have written every line of that worksheet. She should be kind to me. She should forgive me. All that. I want her to accept me. She didn't say accept me, but I got that one.
Yeah. They're like a shiny object. The ego offers up these shiny objects, and we grab them, she hurt my feelings, she this, she that. And the shiny object moves us from ourself, that's in us. And when we stop expecting our children to change and change in the way we want them to change, which is what this work gives us, oh boy, then, that's the no shiny object. That's what the ego doesn't want us to see. But when we sit in self-inquiry, the ego is more than happy to offer it up because we're inviting it. And oh, honey, I love what you're sharing, Minky. And I interrupted you.
That's okay. And the amount of suffering I have around all these wants, shoulds, and needs. And the biggest one that, is just so laughable, but it's not. It's like, I need her to be happy in order for me to be happy. And it's like, I mean, you keep saying skip the middleman, and I so get it. But when the ego offers it up, it's like, I get so hijacked, and it's like I'm hyper vigilant. Okay, when is she gonna stop being happy? Can I be happy? Whew. It's like it's so exhausting. And then I wonder why at 6 p.m. I can't cope with life anymore and I must go to sleep because I've been running a marathon all day with all these thoughts.
Yeah. You know, I share on, you remind me, Mickey, I share on a lot about the three kinds of business. There's mine, yours, and I call it like God or the way or whatever it is. It's the law of the universe, you know, and for me, it is a friendly universe. And anything I believe against that is the only problem in this friendly universe. Like we saw, it wasn't Mickey's daughter. It was, I mean, Smadar's daughter. It was what she was thinking and believing about her daughter. So what you're saying just, you know, is pointing me to that. Whose business is it, the way my daughter dresses? You know, whose business is it, what I think about the way my daughter dresses? You know, that's mine. That's a worksheet.
Yeah. And, you know, so it kind of humbles me when I was listening to her work. And, you know, my daughter's 17, and you've met my daughter through the questions I've asked. And next year, God willing, she's going to be in seminary. And it's like, sometimes I go through like, okay, 9 more months and I don't have to deal with her. And it's like, and yet I want to be, I've got another, I really want to live with like, oh my gosh, she's in my house. This is awesome. We get to make breakfast together. And it's like, I just kind of like go between the two. And this is like another homecoming to me that like, she lives in my home. I get to see her in the morning. She comes home at the end of school and she tells me about her day.
Our little dears, honey. You know, one of my little dears is in his 60s, and he's still my little dear. You know, I have him of all ages in my head, all 3 of my babes, and my little litter and my grandchildren litter, but they don't even die. They live in us. Even when they're dead, we're thinking and believing onto them. So when we take care of this, you know, we love them no matter what. And that takes it to they can't die to us. They live in our minds and hearts when we are not living out of the ego's world. Oh, honey, you dears make my day. Oh, I love us so much. Thank you, Mickey. Gosh. Nancy.
Hi, I'm so moved by all of this. The sharing as well is just so moving. I've learned so much from my younger son who just used to get so triggered by me, and he was right about all of it. He was right about all of it.
Oh gosh, that is such a shock when we've discovered.
I know.
Like, yeah,
I know.
I'm the problem.
I've done so many worksheets on him, and there was a time years ago when he didn't want me to contact him at all. That's changed, but I feel like every worksheet I do, I feel more like I'm back in my own body, and he's over there and he's wonderful. And then when he comes forward and calls me and shares something intimate about his life, I just sit in the wonder of that. And I'm grateful for the worksheets because I'm becoming, every day that I do the worksheets, I'm becoming a better mother.
You're becoming, every time you do a worksheet, you're becoming a mother he can trust.
Yes.
To tell you everything, anything. Oh my.
Yes. And then if I have a problem, which I so often do, I go do a worksheet after the phone call.
Yeah.
I'm worried about him because of this word. And the other day he said something, and then off the phone call, I felt I'm worried about, does he make bad financial decisions? And when I did the work on it, I realized, no, that's something I thought about myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
That wasn't about him. I thought that about myself. And then my ego plastered it on him. And then it's so beautiful because, well, then all I need to do is change this. And then my sight changes.
Yeah.
How I see him, how I see the world changes.
Yeah, and it's like the way we see them shifts.
Yes.
And it's like it shifts, and it's nothing we're doing. It's something we're becoming aware of. And self-inquiry gives us that key into our most beautiful selves. And it doesn't disregard the ego. It welcomes us to use it. It's here to give us our next worksheet. So only love. Only love.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Nancy, so good to see you, honey.
So good to see you. Thank you so much.
Oh boy, Dina.
Hello, Byron, Katie, and
You're
thank you,
doing great.
Ada, for the work. Now, I found quite a few points. I don't live, my son has grown up now and moved out, but when he was a teenager, every single thing was a problem. And that's because now I realize I was projecting everything into indefinite future. Like he's wearing tracksuit instead of proper clothes. That means for the rest of his life, he's going to wear that until I stop him now. And, he's on the phone, he doesn't hug me. I mean, all of that and more, and projected into the indefinite future. And that was hell. And thank God I found the work. At least now, going back, I can work on back then. But poor kid, he's his best. It was just, it was tough when it got to teenage years, my God. And he hasn't done anything bad, like not something really, really bad. If you know what I mean, like nothing terrible, just not quite right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my.
And then also something that and then what I realized, okay, he's not here anymore. However, I'm still in control of the world. Like at the moment, I've got politicians to sort out. There are so many politicians
Square their lives away.
And I'm just like constantly. But it was interesting so sometimes I can wake up like at 4 a.m. thinking, oh, such and such should be doing this and this instead of that and that. And then the other day I woke up around 4 and I started my train of thought. And then I thought, hang on, whose business am I in? Is there business? Oh my God. No, seriously, I felt such a relief.
Yeah.
I felt such a relief. And I go, thank God.
Yeah.
I'm not in charge of any country. And I fell asleep. That's unusual. Like normally I would wake up at 4 and not go back to sleep till 6. And then I just went back to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Our work just pops in and going back to sleep for me is thinking and believing in anything that's disturbing, and that gives us our next worksheet. So, oh honey, thank you, Dina. Okay, so Smadar, thank you for being our teacher today. And those of you we didn't have time for, just throw your stuff over there in comments, and we can hop in or not. But it's important. And so thanks for your contributions. We'll be back here. That's the plan, tomorrow and every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And thank you all for something beautiful. Oh, understatement.